Hello, hello. Hope you can hear me. Hello, hello, hello Twitch. Hello YouTube. So, I see we have a couple of people waiting. So, how is everyone doing? We are live. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if stream quality is good. So we can start. At least I can hear myself. That's should be working. Chat, can you hear me? Want to just make sure that that everything is good. Alexander, sound is okay. I see. You can hear me. That's great. Just want to remind you we have a giveaway going. I'm just gonna show you how to see it. If you hit !giveaway in the Twitch chat, only works on Twitch. You'll see the giveaway. I currently have a couple of things to give away, so I'm just going to do it one by one. The first giveaway that we do until the end of the month is this the Lotmax SC10 Shark V2 3D printer. I've got it a couple months ago actually, and still haven't used it, so I decided that I'm not gonna unbox it and gonna give it away. It's not the latest printer, but it's the interesting part about this printer is that it's has also a laser engraving module and can do both things basically. So it's quite interesting dual color 3D printer. You can get it basically for free if you follow the instructions on our Discord server, or essentially I can also tell you how to do it. You just have to watch the stream on Twitch. It's the only way how to collect nozzles. Nozzles are our loyalty point system, and you can then obviously, like, you can check your number of nozzles, how much you have. So I'm not included. I'm not getting nozzles for watching my own stream, but you can always check how many you have, and then at some point you can say ticket max to spend all of your nozzles. And you can basically just throw everything into the pool of the giveaway. You can always decide if you want to participate in a specific giveaway. You can also say, no, I'm not participating. I'm gonna save my nozzles for the next giveaway. You can also just spend a partial amount and say nozzles, a ticket, not ticket max, but ticket, I don't know, ticket 5 or something. And then you can basically also just spend a couple of them. So totally free. You just have to watch the stream. You gain, I think you get 5 nozzles every 10 minutes. And that's how it works. It only works live, not working on YouTube, and not working if you are just watching the replay of the stream. So it's only working when I'm live. That's how we're gonna do all of the giveaways in the future. So we're gonna have this kind of giveaways here on the stream. On the 28th of February, I'm going to draw a winner in a live stream, and then the next giveaway starts. We're gonna do this for the next months, ongoing. Every single month we're gonna do a giveaway. And yeah, I'll just announce it once we are ready for the next one. The giveaway is essentially worldwide, but I will send you the info, so you like basically the countries where DHL is shipping from Germany, and there's a few countries that we cannot ship to. So basically it's just a list of DHL reachable countries So basically like USA, UK, Europe. We're not shipping to Russia. Certain countries are excluded, so I'm also gonna write a more extensive list about this. But basically, you can join from worldwide, yeah, with some exceptions. But yeah, that's a good call out. I'm gonna include this in the list, in the details of the giveaway, which countries we can actually ship stuff to. Good. What are we going to do today? A couple of weeks ago, I started this printer project, the V100, and that is a completely or almost 100% 3D printed printer frame, and with of course lots of screws, threaded inserts, and other pieces of hardware. And the thing with this printer build is that I started it and then got interrupted by other projects. So there's too many things. So I want to finish this, and like at least we want to make some progress today. And so I've already printed most of the parts that are required for the build. So like probably just a few are missing, but how this works is you have all these ABS parts. In my case, I decided that I am going to print this printer frame in ABS and not PLA. The original suggestion is to use the PLA. That's of course easier and cheaper, and still, if there is parts exposed to heat, better to print it in ABS. And I was thinking about building kind of an enclosure around this printer. There is already modifications available that enclose this printer with acrylic glass panels and also a door, and then you can print also at higher temperatures, and that definitely will require to have the frame printed in ABS or something similar, so that things start not warping at some point. So that's why I did it, and now we are here. We want to continue the frame build. Last time we finished this top segment here. This is where the gantry is running, and before we add any additional frame parts, we will actually build the gantry pieces where the tool head is running in, and that shouldn't be too complicated. I also found a pretty good guide. Initially, I wanted to write my own guide, kind of stopped doing this because I figured there is actually already at least some additional guidance available in written form, and there is videos by Matt the Printing Nerd. Some of the videos don't contain all of the information, and that's why someone wrote a build instruction essentially, and that's why, since I found this, I think it's from the Forgetful Dev, someone pointed out about this guide last time when we streamed, that this guide here is essentially the guide that someone found last time when we were streaming this. And I decided that I'm not going to continue writing my own guide. I'm just going to use this one and finish the build, because version 2 is already kind of in the planning. And I think it doesn't make sense to invest more time into a guide for version 1.1 when version 2 is already like almost there. And what we're gonna do is still finish this build, and then this printer will most likely also become part of a next giveaway, one of the next giveaways, because I don't plan to build V2 in the near future. But I'm planning to build a Voron 0.1 as the next custom build. And so I don't have so many reasons now to keep the printer and continue building V2, at least not in the near future. So I'm gonna do this maybe at some point, but this is how it's probably going to go in the next couple of weeks, that we just want to get this thing working, testing it, speed benching it, basically register it for a serial number, and then yeah, probably gonna move on to the next project. I think that's how it goes. So I want to say welcome to late joiners. We're doing the Z100 build 3D Puck Tech channel. Hello, welcome. There's currently 14 people watching. I think just want to say hello to wherever you are. Maybe if you want to do it, just let me know where you're coming from, so that all the other people in the chat can also see where you're coming from. And I highly encourage you to hop over on Twitch to watch the stream on Twitch, because you can always watch the replay on YouTube later. The advantage watching the stuff on Twitch is that you can earn our loyalty points, which are called nozzles, and you can spend them for a giveaway. And if you want to know what the giveaway is, just hit !giveaway in the chat. Only works on Twitch, so you can know you know how to do this. And there's also instructions on the website. That's basically appears when you hit !giveaway. So without further ado, I would say let's take a look at what we need to do next. Still working here on the gantry, the top frame. I have printed all of the pieces. Just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So this is the instruction guide, how to print stuff. And then I think there is building top frame. This is the next section that I want to take a look at. And this is quite nice here, because the author of this guide also mentions what Matt didn't mention in his videos. The only thing that doesn't really exist is a complete written guide that covers everything. So this video, this guide here also refers back to the video and back and forth. So you have to watch the video and then also read this guide to fill the gaps. I think that's the little bit of a problem with the whole thing, is that you can only get the written guide when you become patron of Matt. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I didn't become a patron yet. And I'm gonna wait until version 2 comes out. That's so far a thing. Heat inserts, I have already done all of the heat inserts. The next part that I wanna finish here, or then we wanna double check if this is working. These are the belt tensioners. So let me bring this closer. Maybe let's zoom in a bit. So these are the belt tensioners. There is a little cutout here for a M3 nut, and we want to make sure that the M3 nut stays in this place. Just want to see if we put an M3 nut in, if it is big enough, or if we need to use some glue to fix it into its place. So let's do that next. Here we go. I see. Benil HMZ has already checked his nozzle status. So you see how this works. You will see your ranking on the leaderboard. Honestly, the leaderboard isn't so doesn't tell you so much, because it only is only basically showing you how many nozzles you currently have versus other people. But once you start spending your nozzles on the giveaway, you basically giving them out and using them to get the giveaway tickets, and then you're also gonna lose your position in the leaderboard. So the leaderboard doesn't tell you anything about the giveaway. But I can imagine it can be used for something else, to just stay on the leaderboard, but then you cannot spend your nozzles. So it doesn't really make so much sense. Here we go. Fortunately, these M3 nuts are a little bit bigger than the cutouts, so we don't need glue to keep them in. This is good. Next up, I want to make sure that we are continuing with the right next step. Why are you not using insert nuts instead of regular nut? This like you have to know that this part, or all of the parts, or most of the parts, have heat inserts designed in. So for example, this gantry part, there is actually 6 heat inserts. There is some exceptions. Some parts don't have that, and don't ask me why. Don't ask me why there is no heat insert hole constructed in this, because it would have been possible, to be honest. But this little cutout here is then too thin. So you would have to change the design, but I can imagine that this is, yeah, this is probably fairly easy to do. What we need here is, we need some of the, we need these kind of Fushi bearings. These are specialized or flat bearings, and I'm gonna use them for building a stack. And the stack consists of these bearings, an M5 screw, which we have somewhere here. This is the long ones. We have a little bit of set shorter. The M5 30 millimeter. It should fit in here, and then we can just put them in so far, just enough that they're not coming out at the bottom. And then we're now going to build a stack where we have washers and these bearings stacked and then inserted into the belt tensioner. So I'm just gonna have to find the, here we go. Here are the washers. So in the video it says, I think we have washer, bearing, bearing, washer, bearing, bearing, washer, something like that. Or in this case we only have a stack that has, I think we have nut. No, we have two sets, yeah, essentially. So these are touching, and then we have a washer, right? And the problem, or the complicated part of this, is you need to stack parts inside. It's a little bit cumbersome, especially when it gets a little, when we get to the point where it's getting full in here. So we start with a washer. Hope you can see this. We started with the washer, and then we screw it a little bit in. Then we have a bearing, another bearing comes on top. Then we need a washer, and then it gets a little tight because we need another 2 bearings and another washer that fit in here. So it's gonna be interesting. So this bearing fits just about in. So I'll try to get it in. Now we get it. So, and then we need another final washer. You see how this looks? It's a double, basically a double idler for 2 belts going through here. And then we have the final washer. Fits in. And now we're going to put the screw in until it hits the end. We don't want to screw it so it sticks out. So just to the point where it doesn't come out here. And then how this works is we have the gantry here, and here down below we have the section where the belt tension where the belt tensioner is inserted, and it slides in here, and then it can move inside of this section here, right? This is the section where it moves, and the same thing, very same thing happens on the other side. We need a second one that's symmetrical on the other side. So we're going to do the very same thing now again. There's a question from Benel HMZ. After 5 hours of discussing with some experts, I have now 2 options, the Ender 3 V3 KE or the CR10 SE. Which one is the better one and why? That is not an easy question to answer. Maybe some people from the audience can help. Personally, I have been testing the Ender 3 V3 KE in the last couple of weeks. You have probably seen, oh, I forgot the washer. Probably have seen my initial unboxing that we did here in the live stream a couple of weeks ago. Then I did a bunch of short form videos in the last weeks where I've covered all kinds of test prints. So if you didn't see those videos, you can check them out later on my YouTube channel. So I've basically have dozens of short videos about the KE. It's, in my opinion, it's a pretty good printer for the price, for the affordable price. I would say this is really a good printer. It is probably not the best printer, but it's, if you look at the price range of $300 or euros, you will find a couple of similar printers. So I would say if you are ready to spend like round about $300 on a 3D printer, you can't do so much wrong with the KE. And I would just make make the decision based on how much tinkering do you want to do with the printer, because there's also a cheaper option, right? The SE. And the differences I learned between the KE and the SE is essentially the SE doesn't have clipper. It doesn't have the linear rail on the x-axis, and it doesn't have the improved parts cooling fans. But that's essentially all the differences, right? And if you are more into the, that saves you around about $100. And the thing is, if you are a little bit into tinkering and you want to take more control over your printer at any point in the future, you could also use the SE and then build it out with clipper and at any stage. But if you say, yeah, I would just want a printer that just works and works quite well and really does what you need it to do, I would say the KE is probably not bad. Yeah. The KE, right? So 300, my prediction for the KE is that this printer will go for sale some point later this year for 250. And if you think about that, that's a totally reasonable price. It works. I have it here, right? So it's standing here in the corner. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that's there. A little bit further into the corner. And yeah, it really works. It does what it does, what it's supposed to do. And it's fairly affordable. If you're thinking about the A1, I was like, I will make a final review now on this printer. Anyways, we're striving from the topic of today a little bit, but we're here to talk, right? That will conclude my findings with this printer and some minor caveats, but nothing serious, to be honest, to spoil you a little bit. It's nothing serious, so it's really, if you go for if you would think about the A1 from Bambu Lab, which you can't buy at the moment, you cannot buy it before May because they have a recall because of the cables, the bad cables, which might catch fire or short. And that printer is, first of all, it is doing the same thing. It's more expensive, except you get the version with the multicolor option. But if you don't buy the Bambu Lab with the AMS, it can't do more than the KE, right? It can only just print things in one color, so it's not that so much better. Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, it's twice the price with the AMS, and it's, I would say, 1/3 more or 50% more expensive, depends, the A1 than the KE, and essentially you're getting a printer that prints fast. It's a bed slinger. It is very proprietary in terms of the parts that you can use, or replacement parts. It's bamboo. I don't say that this is bad, right? Bamboo has fantastic quality, so it's like no doubt that this is a good printer. But it's all the replacement parts are more expensive than on other printers. And there's still no one coming to your house to fix it. So it's not that that has improved. And yeah, and if you go for the multicolor option, it's definitely way more expensive. The thing is, yeah, I've just replaced the nozzle on the KE, right? I've swapped out the nozzle for the 0.2 millimeter nozzle, and it is a fairly standard part. And there's already a couple of third-party upgrades nozzles available. So I bought one on Amazon for I think 10 bucks, which is a hardened steel nozzle. So that's pretty cheap. Good. The Sovol. Someone was asking about Sovol. The Sovol. This is the SVO6 Plus. I would say I will upgrade this printer to Clipper because I have some troubles with this printer because I want a better bed leveling system, a little more points on the bed leveling, and maybe also a different sensor because the capacity sensor, or I think it's an inductive sensor, is a little bit sensitive to the temperature, room temperature, and also bed temperature, and it's not super consistent with like the first layer distance. So I would probably rather swap it out for something like a CR Touch to get a little more reliability in the results of the first layer. That's my only thing for now, and Clipper because I want to push this printer to the limit. And the interesting part, if you have been following along with all the discussions about these kind of printers here, these Core XY, I had so many people telling me, and you have seen probably this in the past, everyone was saying the only way to print fast with a 3D printer is by using Core XY. Now, I think we have proven this wrong multiple times now, that this is not right. I think it has been proven that actually you can print super fast on a bed slinger, and there's a couple of bed slingers out there that print. I think the record for a Benchy now is actually being held by a bed slinger printer. If you've seen this, the current record for a speed Benchy is 2 minutes or something, around about 2 minutes, and it's done with a bed slinger. It's a modified Ender 3 or something. So I think we have quite some proof that Core XY is not the reason, or it's not a topic that excludes anything from like printing faster, or it's not the only way to print faster. Because the whole system is much more complicated. Actually, I had to replace if you've seen the last stream, that was just supposed to be a maintenance operation. I wanted to show some maintenance on the X1, yeah, and it turned into a huge thing, right? Because I just wanted to do some maintenance and then figured, okay, my belts are worn out, the X and Y belts are scratching somewhere, and they are getting thinner and thinner and making some strange noises. So I decided to disassemble the whole printer. And that took me like to disassemble the frame and disassemble all the panels and the side panels and the back panels and all that stuff. And the gantry to get to the point where I could remove the belts and insert new belts took me 3 full evenings. So around about 10 hours of work just to get there, right? And just the replacement itself was probably an hour, but to just get to the gantry and reach all of the parts and get to the point where I could physically remove it, it took me probably 9 hours with the disassembly and the reassembly, and then 1 hour to actually do the belt replacement. Whereas with the P1P, everything is open, so I'm thinking about getting the enclosure for this printer, but I'm also thinking, why should I do it? Because if I have to do some maintenance on this printer here, everything is already opened, right? And there's no enclosure, so it's nothing in the way of getting to the parts. So it's super crazy. This was crazy. This was crazy. And I was, at some point, I couldn't get the belts out of the tool head. There is some slots where these belts are locked in, and you're supposed to pull them out, and I couldn't get them out. I was kind of afraid to break something, and I had to figure a way how to get them out without breaking the tool head and all the gantry. Don't ask me. It was very stressful. So I cannot imagine that a normal person without any previous experience could even do it, or would probably just having thrown the printer out of the window. It's just, but I'm ranting. I don't want to continue ranting. Okay. So Ender 3v3 SE with PI bed and nozzle should be good. Yeah, the good thing is the SE is still good to start, probably. It's still a good printer to start, and you can always upgrade. And if you just, like, there's a very cheap way to do this actually now. This little thing here, I've used this already on another printer, because everyone was kind of, when I told them, yeah, you can upgrade to Clipper, it's super expensive because you need a Raspberry Pi. There is a couple of options out there now that are alternatives. This one here is a good alternative to the Raspberry Pi. It's a Big Tree Tech Pi 1.2. It has all the ports that you need. It also has a nice add-on that I really appreciate. It has a power in where you can just screw in two terminals, 24 volts. You don't need an external power supply. You could just use the printer power supply. Install Clipper here. There's an image already, pre-configured image that you can download where everything is already done. And then you also have plenty of other connectors that the Raspberry Pi doesn't have. For example, there's a CAN bus interface here, and there is, yeah, a couple other ports here, an additional fan port and stuff. And also a display port and stuff. This is like $35 or something, and a pretty good, I would say, a pretty good alternative to the Raspberry Pi. And I've used it on my Sovol SVO6, right? It's really nice. Can definitely say that it works. The only constraint is that it only has 1 GB RAM, but for Clipper and you can run Clipper with all kinds of plugins, and so it's plenty enough. Good. Now, where have I been? I was just about to continue with my gantry build. I wanted to do the next piece here, which is also the stacking of the bearings. So I wanted to stack the next couple of bearings here. This is the gantry that's holding the basically where this part is held in between. So I want to continue there, so we make some progress. And if you have questions, just ask them in the chat. Yeah, the CB1 and P1, P4B, they're great. I think there's also, yeah, this is the CB1. This is there's also an adapter board where you can put this on. I think this is the Pi 4B, where you put this on, and then you have essentially a Raspberry Pi compatible layout. The only difference with the BTT Pi is that it has a little bit of a different layout. So it's not 100% looking the same as a Raspberry Pi. So the ports are a little bit different oriented, but that's all. What is happening to my mouse? Okay, fixed. Need to check quickly what Matt is saying in his video about this here. Let me see. Okay, I think that's clear now. M5 washer. So essentially we have to use washer, 2 bearings and a washer and a longer screw. And repeat that 2 times. So Yeah, BGG Pi 1.2. Yeah, Alex, thanks for pointing out. Next step here is we're gonna use the longer M540 screws for this part. We have, I think we need 4. And we are building this gantry, and it looks a little more complex, but it's actually not. So we are having a washer here, 2 bearings and another washer, and that's 2 times. So I just need to get it in. Oh my goodness, fat fingers. Could use pliers, which should make this easier. Oh, come on. So then we need bearings. Great, so we have 2 bearings coming in. Oh my goodness. This is actually more difficult than the other part because there is nothing holding the bearings in place. It's most likely more or less free floating on the screw. Why is this so complicated? Okay, so next bearing. I'll try this way maybe. Maybe that's easier. Don't want to have this falling out. Here we go. Now we need a final washer inserted here, which is not the easiest, but it's doable. Shake it into place. Oh my goodness. Any tips how to do this? I need to get the washer in here. Maybe we just, yeah, we can put it on, just put it this way, push it in. Hopefully it works. Come on. Get into position, my friend. We need something more flat to push it. This one maybe. This part here. Still stuck. Not easy to get the washer into the position so it doesn't fall out. I think now we have it. Yeah, that looks great. Washer is in position. Can you see it? Here we go. So this is how it looks finalized. And we need to do it one more time on the other side. So, gonna get it in as much as we can. Where's my driver here? This is actually not, I don't have that such a big one here. Probably need my power drill for this. Good. Which one? Or this one? Yeah. So, make sure your washer are 1 millimeter thick. That can be too tight if not. I feel they are pretty much good. Nothing too tight. I think one of the problems with printing PLAs that the parts were, at least maybe it's also the printer. I had the feeling that these parts are super accurate, and so I didn't have any issues ever with fitting. So you use the tape to stack it together, and after putting the screw in, take out the tape. Okay, that's a nice idea. That's a nice idea. Maybe I should try that. So let's see if we can get this in. How far should we drill? Not sure if this, yeah, this doesn't go in completely. Doesn't go in completely, it's sticking out a bit. The question is that, is it still running smoothly? Yeah, seems so. There's, yeah, probably don't want to screw it in too much, but there's still a little bit of a gap here and it's still spinning nicely. Let's check. Do we have enough space for this? So it should have enough space. Yeah, it should be like no problem with the screw still sticking out a bit. It's going to move on the rail. The rail is going to be here roundabout. So it's somewhere in the middle. Shouldn't be a problem. So one is done. Next one is coming up. The idea with the tape. It's not too bad. If I had some tape here, then this would also not be an issue. Let me see. Maybe I have some transparent tape here. Or some power tape. Let's see. Not sure. I think we don't have the tape here. We have to get it from the other workshop. I have some tape. Anyways, we can try without the tape. I think this is looking a little easier. But let's see. These are empty. How are you doing, chat? I have a few very small medical locking non-magnetic forceps, which I use to fit tiny fiddly parts. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have some smaller tools, but the thing is, I'm not sure if they will help me here. I have some smaller pliers that could help. At least to push stuff in place. I mean, if we need them, we have them here. Okay, let's get the next package open. Dean Davis says he finally got his 100 running good. Screws do stick out quite a way, confused me for a while. So seems to be that it's normal. Okay, so let's continue with the bearings here and the washers. So yeah, maybe using tape isn't the worst thing to do. Going to realize that this is still fiddly. This screw is actually a lot more loose, or like, how would you say this? Easier to move. Maybe the hole is a little bit bigger. The washer is still, say, easier to insert. And that was easier. That was for some reason much easier. That's and we probably need shorter screws, right? Yeah, I guess I used the wrong length. Oh my goodness. I was almost there. And now I figured that I used the long one, and that's too much. So we're gonna have to do this again. Maybe we're able to keep the stack where it is. Let's see. That works. Washer wants to come out. Here we go. So I was lucky, and I'm going to screw this in. Not too much. You want this to be still running free. I mean, I don't have to overdo this. Yeah, it looks fairly good. And both are running freely. So we're gonna do this one more time with this other piece. It's basically symmetrical. Same procedure. Long screw and short screw. This is the short, this is the long one. Isn't it? And this is the long one. This is the long one. Good. Yeah, let's continue. I've just forgot to say, maybe everyone in the chat wants to say where they are coming from, because that's I like the community that we have here on Twitch and YouTube. And if you know a little bit more about the people that are joining in, I think it's always appreciated. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I always try to encourage people to leave a few more messages about where they're coming from and what they are currently also doing and why they are watching this. So everyone can relate a little bit more to the others and see if there's any common interest besides watching the stream. Dean is from London. Okay, welcome. How's the weather in London now? Is there any snow? This is running nicely. Alexander from Bosnia. Welcome, Alexander. And thanks, Andre, for the follow on Twitch. Nick is from London as well. I mean, you have quite a few people from London today. I realized in the last couple of streams that quite a few people are also from the UK, basically. Now I can see that I'm missing one washer. Why am I missing one washer? Didn't I order enough washers? I mean, probably will find another one in my toolbox, but... Dark and rainy as usual. Okay. The usual London weather, I guess. Do we have enough washers? Yeah, I think if we don't need more than this, we should be fine. There's only one washer left after this procedure. But that's okay. I mean, we don't need more than that if we have no other parts that require M5 things. I don't think so. Still trying to fiddle in this last screw. Here we go. Dean, if you just finished your V100 build, so you basically we went through all of this successfully, hopefully. What was your biggest learning? Maybe things that you want to point out that are important that I should know, mistakes I shouldn't make with this build. I'm interested to hear that, because this is probably fairly advanced and we can probably make a lot of mistakes. Although there is guidance, there is manuals, and there is videos about this, there's probably quite a lot of things that can go wrong. So let me see if this fits, because I have something that I want to finish. Yeah, nice. Nice. The little crown thingy fits on my meeple. This is just a giveaway for a prize, basically, for a gaming weekend, and just building this little meeple with a little dice underneath. So need to finish this until next week. I'm making a what's the name here? Nico. I'm making a Nick, yeah. I'm making a printer with tool changer. Let's make me watching everyone's progress. And Alexander is into 3D printing, retro computing and electronics, and he is servicing medical equipment for a living. Wow. So you're really in a technical job and you have interesting hobbies. Retro computing sounds interesting. I'm also kind of into retro computing, at least when I started. These computers would be retro computers by now. I still have a retro computer from my, basically I have my first computer still here in the basement. Maybe at some time we can run it, play some Pac-Man on it. It's not a C64, it's a PC. Alexander's still using an old Ender 3, pretty much that's all left. Stock is the frame and the bed heater, and everything else seems to be modified. Okay. Dean, main thing was with the 100 build, main thing was getting my first clipper installed and set up. Mechanically was mostly good. One downfall of design is the bed going crooked if the weight of the bed is out of skew. What do you mean with crooked? Crooked? You mean it starts bending, or what happens? What does it mean? Let's see. Next piece. We want to assemble the gantry pieces. So these are the gantry pieces and the counterparts. So I want to make sure we are doing this in the right orientation. This is how they come together. I have the linear bearings here. One. And I need to open this. And two. I decided to go with the regular LM8 UUs instead of the dry lins, because I had all kinds of issues with the dry lins. I think for this, actually, I'm not sure if we need the longer ones. Dean, did you use the usual length or did you use the longer versions on the gantry? I'm not 100% sure what's being used here, because I have both lengths available. I have both lengths here. Let me check this out in the video. He's using the short ones. Yeah, I see in this video he's using the short ones. I'm not sure where he's using the long ones, probably on the Z-axis. Let's see. Might be, might also not be. Depending on the printing, the weight distribution for the printed bed platform can sag. Mine, I use the longer ones on the X and the Y and Z short on the X. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And I think I saw a video by Matt where he is already working on something and he's using the longer ones. I probably want to check out, I think on AliExpress he has a set of these D100 linear bearings, and I think I saw this D100 3D printer. There is, so it's not available anymore, seems so. There were these linear rails or linear bearings, linear like LM8UU. I think they're, here we go. So they have been using these updated versions. And I think this is a special kit for the D100, and I saw some video where he has been using them exactly. I'm not sure if this is the video. But it looks like there's long ones, is the ones that he's using on the Y, as you did say. Yeah, you went with the high-speed kit, and you have been using the longer ones. I have to check where I have the long ones. Actually, I have them somewhere here in this box. Supposedly, here they are. So, and I think they are also a little bit of a better quality, but might also be just the very same thing. We have the long ones here. So we can use the long versions for the gantry. And now we need the right length to mount them. Probably the 16mm could work. I have to see. This could be, or a little bit shorter, or 12mm, or 14. Let's see. We have 16mm here. We have 10 is definitely too short. 25 too long. Let's see what we have here. We have 20mm, 24. Let's see. Then we have the 6mm. All kind of different lengths. 16 is the ones that were in the original instruction, and we have 12. I'm not sure if 12 is too short, but we'll see. We'll try it out. So we're gonna position this in the middle, and then we'll have this cover coming over, and then we need to find a good length for mounting. It looks rather short, so it's probably the 12 is good enough. Here we go. So a couple of things happening in the chat in the meanwhile. Clinics call. Alexander is called by the clinics when they run their equipment down to the ground months after they should. Okay. And Alexander, so you're into Amigas. Nice, nice, nice machine. I like it. Maybe you want to post. Do we want to create a Discord channel for chatting about retro computing? I'm wondering if anyone's interested. I could go to our Discord, and we could actually create a channel for retro computing or something. If you want to discuss it. Don't have a primary section yet, but we could create a section. Let's see, we can create a, first of all, we create a text channel that's called maybe Amiga. And that is the top, and we can also create, I'm not sure, we create a category that's called retro computing, and have all of our little side hobbies besides the, or is it, where is my new category? Where is it? Where did you put it? I'm just not seeing it. Here we go. It's just very low. very much down below. Archive, voice channels, marketplace, remote control. We can put it a little bit further down, but if you have interest, we can put the Amiga discussion, and you can post some of your pictures maybe. And we can also have a C64 channel and whatever you want, right? So we can have a few interesting discussions about the 8088, which is my computer. So have fun. I want to welcome everyone who wants to join the Discord. We have, I mean, currently it's a little more quiet on the Discord, but I wanna like really ramp it up again to have more people on the Discord chatting and talking about things. So the link is, I think our bot is posting the Discord link from time to time. So you just have to look into chat. And I didn't very much. I think I made the mistake, honestly, to not talk about the Discord enough in the beginning when I started out, and I was like basically mentioning it a lot of times in my videos, and now I kind of I don't know. There's so many things to think about when you make a video, and then I kind of forgot to mention that we have the Discord and stuff like that. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone who wants to join us there and discuss, and maybe we can actually have more discussions on Discord, because I was basically coming back to this as a hobby for the last couple of months. And I was thinking about, and I made a few videos about, okay, what I did for like earning some money with 3D printing. That was kind of a learning, but also I did kind of decided that I will still want to keep this as my hobby and not make this my job, right? And because if you start to think too much about earning money with a hobby, then it's not a hobby anymore. And yeah, that's how it goes, right? Need to wait 10 minutes, we'll post pics. Great, great. Love it. Do we have, I think we have a V100 discussion, which is very much in the top section of the text channels. There is a chat for the V100. So if you can post pictures there, I highly appreciate that. And now I'm, by the way, I'm just have inserted the LM8 LUU bearings here into this section and tighten them up. And test if this is still, yeah, working nicely. We can also grease them. We should grease them because they're probably not greased yet. Nice, nice, nice. I love the discussion about the retro computers. Okay, let's go and finish this part here. Center this bearing nicely. Okay, I'm gonna start tightening this up. And last two screws. Around about 15 minutes left for me, because then I need to finish for today, but I've still hopefully enough time to finish this gantry section where we can run, you can see the gantry running. I think this is good. Test it out. Sounds good. I will probably do the greasing part now for this piece here and also for these two other bearings. So we want to like put some grease in. I have a couple of options. I think I have grease from Prusa, and this is not very much grease, but I also have Liqui Moly Extreme, like this is German, but it's essentially for highly used, yeah, all kinds of metal connections, homokinetic drives, blah 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 blah. Like it's probably a pretty standard grease. The only difference here that it's not white, it's black, or it has a kind of a bluish color. So I want to push it a little bit in, and don't want to do too much here. I'm going to push it through, maybe push it back. Yeah, rotate a little bit. That looks a little dirty because it's black, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Any kind of grease is always a little bit messy, so we want to keep everything nice and clean. In the end, we don't want the stuff to be flying around everywhere. I want to be careful now because we have this grease on. Do the same. Yeah, this should probably have more paper here. I don't want to have the grease everywhere, honestly. Super lube, yeah. I mean, this grease is a fairly standard one, but it's for anything that's highly used and highly under pressure and stuff, and highly, what is this also? Yeah, for joints and highly, what is this, Lager, Keilwellengewinde. So this is for basically anything that moves. So why not? Why not use it? It did a fairly good job with all my other printers, so I'm using it basically on all of the lubrication work that I do on my 3D printers. Again, the only thing that's not so nice about it that is black, but well, I mean, even with the white one, if you have it somewhere sticking, then you have it you have it on your clothes, and it's, yeah, it's probably a little bit dirtier, but nevertheless, it works. So enough of that. I want to lubricate a little bit here. Yeah, that's probably already good enough. Okay. Removing the rest. We can clean it up completely once we have mounted. So these are done. Then we have our tool head. Also want to lubricate the bearings the same way. Come out. How much is it? Yeah, enough. Don't want to do too much of it. It's more or less wasted. The rest, okay, push it in. So, kind of a meditative thing to do. I think we have done this quite well. Good. The rest is wasted, but it's not available. Good. This is clean again. Only want to clean up the mess here. Oh, there's still something left inside. It's not... this is a little too much. Let's push this out. Yeah, this is a little too much, I'd say. Because if this printer is running fast, it's probably gonna spray this stuff all over the place otherwise. We don't want that. So the lubrication is essentially, I think we're done here. And want to move on. Teflon grease works well also. There's also clear food safe silicone grease if you want something non-toxic. Both are okay. Blah, 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 blah. Normal grease will dissolve over time. Yeah, I mean the thing is, I think someone said this last time here on the stream that if you ask someone about the best grease to use, you got 20 different answers, which might be true. I think if you have mechanical grease that is a universal grease, you can't do so much wrong, right? So it's more or less a topic of how dirty is it, and does it stink? Is it toxic, non-toxic, food safe? Yeah, I totally get it. Okay. The dirty stuff is done. The greasy stuff. So let's clean up a bit and move on. We have this part here now, and we have the gantry. So what I want to do now is I want to insert these linear rods, or simply the rods, in this part. What you see, Matt was mentioning this in his build videos, that he has done these two thread inserts to be able to push out the rods if they are stuck. Now, what I figured is that my printer is probably printing this so precisely that you can basically just take them out. They're not wobbling, but they're also not sticking so much that you can't take them out. You can basically just pull them out. So that's how it looked like. So the idea here is that we will have this part, just to have to figure out which one is going in which direction. Don't want to make a mistake here. Just want to see which one goes where. And my hands are dirty. I'm touching the computer again here with dirty hands. So let me take a look at the video from Matt, how he orients the part. Let me check it. He's is he doing it? So he's pushing this over. The question is how is the orientation now? Okay, hopefully this is the right orientation, or it's not. You can also check the drawings. If you could go to the drawings and check them out. Let me see. You can't seem to post images in the 100 section. Why? In the V100 section, why can you not post images? There is another person who posted an image. Why can you not post images? Is this channel restricted? Let me update my client. Are you sure that you cannot post images? Let's see. Let's check out Discord. So, whoa. Spline was able to post. Mine is in the 100 chat now. Also pick of. Here we go. Is that your account? Spline 72. Nice. That's very colorful. Awesome. Awesome. So that's how it looks like. So this little notch here is facing the front, if I'm not wrong. Is it? Yeah. Okay. So wondering what the function of this notch here is. What's the cutout doing? Anyways, we'll have the printer oriented hopefully in the right way by so this is the front, while we have the two rod holders, and this is the back. So we should put in we should have this facing to the front, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, because we have the belt tensioners are facing to the front. Cutout is for the tool head. I see. So this is facing towards this side. So we're going to put the tool head on. Whoop. Oh, so much grease. Don't. Don't make me so dirty. Hopefully not. Okay. Too much grease. That's what you get if you use too much of this stuff. Okay. Good. So we have it on. Tool head, we push the second part over, and that's the gantry. That's the gantry finished with all of the bearings and more grease on my table. Why? Don't want that. So this is the whole thing, and now it goes into the frame. Basically like this. Oh my goodness. No, tool head is in the wrong orientation. Nicely done, my friends. I see. Upside down. Okay, let's turn it. Let's turn it. Come on. Okay. More grease. I want to have the grease in here. So now finally pushing this over. So the idea, if I'm not wrong, was that we have the rods coming in here from the side, and then we have these holder pieces pushing the rod into position, right? Just want to find the right screws. And I'm just realizing I didn't have, oh no, there's no thread inserts. It's not using thread inserts, it's using nuts. So we have to find which screw length we need. I think we do want to do this first, finding the right length, so we don't have to figure that out later. Maybe let me see, what do we have here? We have 20, which seems too short. We have 30, which is still not enough. We have, where are the longer ones? We have 40, and we have 35. Could be 35 or 40, I don't remember. No bearing showing at the back. No bearing showing at the back, yeah. I get it. So we can try which length is good. I think this could be enough. Let's see how long it is. When we push it completely through, is it enough? Yes, just about enough. So we need 35 millimeter times 8. 4 on this side and 4 on the other side. That should be enough. And then we can fix this gantry. Now we wanna probably put it in this way, push the rod in, and then probably do the very same thing on the other side, so it stays where it is. Hopefully it doesn't fall out. Can probably tilt it so we can insert. Sure, and like we can also like just pull it up a little bit apart, push it through, bring it into position and push it back together. So everything should now come together. So everything coming together, and it's basically in position now, right? So it's already moving. The only thing that we have to do is we have to fix those rods into their final positions. Question is it enough in terms of the distance? What I feel here, we have too much play. One piece of advice: swap lower screws on side of tool head for flat screws to get full travel on the x-axis. Swap the lower screws. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. But let's see if that's an issue. That could be these ones, right? Here on the side. Do you mean these that are mounted, that are mounting the fans? Probably you mean these two screws here. Yeah, maybe you take a photo. My problem now, or my question is, how can I push these two pieces even more together so I don't have any gap? Because honestly, at the moment, I have a little gap here and I'm worried if we can close it. Let's see if we can close the gap. We want to fix one side. And we want to try to get it together. So hopefully this all comes together in the way it should work. Where are my M3 nuts? Where do we have them? Here we go. No, so screws, nuts. Where are my M3 nuts? Where's my package? Here we go. So I'm happy if we can finish this gantry piece today and maybe attach a few more parts from the rest. So gonna bring the thing into another position here. It should be working, hopefully. Inserting the first one. Fixed. Second one. Done. Okay, so first holder piece is in place. Second holder, can push it over. Come on. And nuts are in place, so we can finish this side. Use a bigger hammer. Tutankhamun, the usual comment. Didn't have a gap. Let's see if the gap still persists. We'll see. I'm curious. I hope that there's nothing wrong with the length of the rods or something. All of the rods should have the same length, by the way. And for me, that looks fine, but let's see. We have to push things together more. So currently, is there a gap or is there no gap? It's a good question. Looks like there is. This part is like, or at least the rods are not completely going in on one end for whatever reason. Shouldn't be, honestly. But maybe it's also the frame bending a little bit. Let's try to just fix everything and in place, and then we can see if it's moving. Things are still moving smoothly, or anything going wrong. We'll just try to fix it. I wouldn't necessarily say that there can't be any problem with that. There could be a problem with some of the printed parts like slightly being bent for whatever reason. This is absolutely possible. Getting it square, hopefully I'm gonna make it work. Julio, I had the same problem, very hard to get it square. You mean you had the same problem that the distances weren't working so perfectly for you? My Y rods had a gap as yours did, but I made a small spacer to take up the small difference. They had a gap. I'm not sure, I didn't have a gap actually, or did I? No, I mean, yeah, you're right. I had the gap, or I have a little gap. I'm trying to figure out if the gap has something to do with the frame. If that is really not square, might be necessary. You might be right that I have to do some spacer. Might be right. But that is actually quite weird, because that would mean the parts aren't correctly sized, isn't it? Like what could be the reason for this? If we need a spacer, actually, this would be very strange. On the other hand, if you look at this, it's moving totally fine though. If there would be any kind of tension here, right? If there would be any kind of tension here, this wouldn't move freely, right? So I see what you mean. These little screws here that are holding the fans in place are probably like they are preventing this tool head from moving completely to the ends. Probably losing about 2 millimeters. Can be fixed. Yeah, this can be fixed. You can get smaller screws or flat screws. Maybe that gives me 1 more millimeter or something. Right? Doesn't bother me too much at the moment, but honestly, I think this is just moving good, just moving fine. That sounds good. I mean, it's pretty loud, but looks fine. Seems to be working. What's next on my list of things? First layer porn. Wow, he's sharing images. That looks beautiful, honestly. That looks beautiful. I like it. I must say I like it. Everyone, like, what do you think about it? Looks like you were winding it up. But doesn't that look great? Dean Davis colorfill V100 printer first layer. This is like, did anyone here have a first layer looking like this? And that's not happening too often for me, honestly. I mean, I have first layer results that are good, but this is pretty much perfect. I have to say that. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. What's next? Probably attaching the rest of the stuff here. Can start at the front, we can start at the back. Only thing is that this thing is now constantly going to fly around. We can also continue with the bottom pieces. First connect all of the bottom frame parts before we connect this thing together. Let's see, we have, just need to figure out orientations for a second. So we have this is the lower side. The motors are this is how it looks like. So front part. This is connected. These are the vertical pieces. And these are backside, just the lower part of the frame, right? And then we have all kinds of connectors. Where are the pieces? Here we are. All the connectors. That's what we need now. These little connectors to connect the frame parts. Go. The feet we'll do later. Not going to miss it in a room of other 100s. Julio, are you on the 100 Discord? Just hope it didn't skip on the second layer. Was so good. Just test getting the bed level. Yeah, nice. I think you did a pretty good job building this and getting these kind of results. It's awesome. So we have connector pieces here I want to use. Starting with this one here. We need... Sometimes I don't quite understand why Matt is using nuts and not thread inserts, and here he's using the M3 nuts, and on other parts he's using the inserts. Why? Not completely clear to me, honestly. I mean, why not use the thread inserts everywhere? But yeah, that's how it is. So, preparing this part. Closer. I think that's too much. That's good. Okay, so how long should we go with the screw size? Again, I think 30 millimeters. Looks reasonable, yeah. We don't have shorter ones. These not too much shorter. These are the 30 millimeters. We don't have. Like 20 is too short. What's the intermediate? Is there anything in between here? 25 maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe 25 is even better. Let's see, this could be enough, but also maybe just not enough. Let's test it out. Yeah, could be working. It's maybe better. It's just enough. Okay, so let's take the 25 millimeters. Got a 9-minute benchy out of this printer. Okay. Wow. I think 9 minutes is really good. It's not the record, but Matt is printing, probably has optimized his version even further, spending more money on the parts. But I see, I mean, if you want to go for full speed, even crazier, you need to spend more on especially these additional faster bearings and stuff. So we need more 25s and the nuts. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing some, you're building some 3D printers in the meanwhile while you're watching the stream. Getting inspired by me doing this. Actually, I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. I wasn't expecting that we could come this far today, but with the help of you guys, I think it's quite easier. It's a little bit easier at least, so I can get some advice from people who have done this already, which I highly appreciate. So let's see, can we start here? I'm wondering why is there a, for example, this cutout here. I wasn't sure, like, why is there this cutout? There is one part here which is kind of flexible, which has a little cutout, and it seems there is something, some print, yeah, maybe some overhang issue, but at least it looks a little bit weird. Not sure what this is for, but we'll figure it out. And I'm not sure, is this orientation the reason why this is so weird? Now it's a little bit of buff. I'm not sure, are these pieces all same? Interesting. How many of them are here? We have this plate which has 4 identical nuts. We have this part which has, this looks like it belongs together here on this. Ah, I see. This belongs on the other side. Here we go. Now I understand. A few things we have to figure out ourselves, I see. Oh, wrong orientation. That's for the power supply wiggle. For the wiggle. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it could be that different power supplies have different holes or something, or different positions. Let's see. Okay, finishing this side first. Okay, coming together. I think this is fine. The screws are just long enough. It could be 1 millimeter longer, to be honest. So this is they should be sticking out a little bit more into the nuts, just a tiny bit, like 1 millimeter more would be enough, but maybe it's how it is. Probably still good. Okay, the last 3 nuts on this side here, and then we're gonna assemble the whole thing. Good, let's use it on the inside. Supposed to be. Yeah, okay. Should come together nicely. And then we can continue to connect this whole bottom part to the top. Hopefully. Nice, nice, nice. You need an adapter if you bought the bomb power supply. Okay. Yeah, I got the standard one that was recommended. Let's see which one this is. This is the standard power supply that we were supposed to use, and I think it's the orientation must be probably somewhat this way. I'm not sure, but yeah, it could be that. I'm not sure. I have to look it up, but you might be right. Maybe this fits in when there is probably some kind of adapter pieces. The belt tensioners are not very good. I suggest you read the Discord to find a better alternative. I can link you to the mod. Yeah, I highly appreciate that. Please, yes, because if there's something to learn here, let me really know. So I'm not sure, is 10 millimeter length good enough for this piece? Yeah, probably yes. That's good enough, long enough. Drop you the link in the Discord. Any other questions, just ask. Yeah, just put it in the Discord channel. I hope you can post links, but should be possible to do this. If you cannot post a link, let me know, because then I'll let you get access to posting links. It seems to work. I just saw it. PSU mount for the D100 by Taku. Download free STL. Okay, I see. Thank you for that. Probably needed. I see that there is these 2 holes here on the side where we're probably gonna mount the power supply. At least it should align with the power supply. Hope this is... we can test it out. Let's see if the power supply is... These 2 screws at least line up. But it seems not lining up. That's probably the reason, right? Because it's these are like, if this is for the power supply here, seems at least very likely. Then yeah, these don't line up. That's probably why we need the adapter, right? Because this is not the same place. I see. Yeah. Just off. I went for the full bed cover. Also designed a power socket with linked. Yeah, I was also thinking about using a power socket, because connecting the main volt directly to, like, but just using the terminals and then having to plug in the printer and plug it out every single time you want to switch it on or off, I think this is not the appropriate way to do it. Not the safest and not recommended. You probably also want to use a kind of fuse box in between, so if something bad happens, you have an additional fuse. That's what I will do. Anyways, the question is if we can just continue connecting the frame to the bottom. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm just showing this. This is what we do in the Discord. We have this piece here, special adapter. Yeah, that looks like the part that I need for my power supply, and this is also something I want to do. I think I have one of these lying around. Just have a switch and a cold plug. Makes a lot of sense. All good. Yeah, feel free, everyone who's built the printer, to post your favorite links, favorite add-ons, favorite mods for this printer here in the Discord channel. So next piece to do, next thing to do. I mean, probably mounting the feet maybe makes things easier. So we can put it on have it standing on the feet. They should be all kind of identical. At least they look identical. The feet should be all the same, if I'm not wrong. The strange decision as well here. Why not use thread inserts for the feet? I don't fully get it, honestly. What length? Probably not too much. 25 could be good. Maybe even shorter, honestly. It's a little bit overkill. 20 maybe, or 16 even, is probably already enough. Right. Is there a counter nut or something? Why is this not grabbing? Is the holes too big? Honestly? I mean, there's no thread. Probably better to get thread inserts here, right? If this is not like... Are the holes too big? Yeah. Sounds like better to have the thread inserts, because my holes here, these holes are, it's not even grabbing the screw, so it's not gonna work. So we probably have to use thread. And like, this is not the thing that we can do now, because this is in my other workshop in the other room, so we cannot do it right now. Anyways, that's how it is. We can connect the back side thingies here. Like that, fix that. Length is probably the same. Not too much. Something like 16 millimeters. Should be fine. It's even probably too long, but let's see. Probably 16 is good, but sounds a bit too much. 12 millimeters probably also good. Here we go. Yeah, go for the thread inserts. I've used wood screws for the feet. Maybe that's also possible. Why not use wood screws? It goes a little bit against the whole concept of the printer with all the thread inserts and M3 and yeah, I will do this. I will definitely do this using thread inserts. I think it's a good solution. Just want to get this assembled for once, like see this whole thing coming together finally, so we can make have a good impression how this is going to how this is going to look like. So let's finalize this. Putting the backside connectors on, and then we have two front rods that are also just mounted just to hold it with these four connecting pieces that push the rods to the frame. It's very simple. So just quickly do that. And then we are basically done with the main frame assembly. Main frame. Which brings us back to the retro topic. Yeah, 3.5 millimeter, that's probably exactly the size of the thread inserts. Let us take the frame now. See if it fits. Okay, so maybe the best is to first mount the rods to the front, so then we have them, and we have all these four mounting points. Again, we need the right screw length. We need this is for the top. Let's see, 16 millimeters sounds good. Let's see, this is probably just long enough. Yeah. The 20 is again probably too long. Let's see if we can use 16 mil. That's probably good. I mean, this doesn't have to be not under tension or something. So the rod is just held in place here in the front. Yeah, even though I probably have to disassemble something later because maybe missing something. Yeah. Make sure you have the Z rods there. I snapped my top frame to weight without them. I think this is what I'm doing right now, isn't it? Now finally, what's going to happen, the bed is also running on these two front rails, right? So it makes sense to mount them, but it's also holding the whole frame, right? If I'm not wrong, if I'm looking at your printer. Yeah, this is exactly what's happening. So these two top front rods are holding the bed in place. So maybe it's the best part is, or the best thing is now to, I just want to put it together to see whether things are fitting, and then we're not gonna fix it together because we have to do the beds now and push that over. But it looks like things are fitting. I think that's what we can do so far. Because now we have to build the bed frame, we have to put it over the rods, we have to mount the motors here, we have to do the lead screws. That's all missing yet. But gonna show you the thingy. Here we go. This is how it looks so far, right? So this is how the frame is gonna look in the end. We have top frame on. This is the rods where we have the beds running. We're gonna have two motors here with the lead screws driving the bed up and down, and we're missing the feet. So that's how far we can go for today, I would say. And then we can continue next time, finishing the middle section, so the bed part. Until then, I can print also the all of the electronic holders and adapters and stuff. Maybe make some minor changes as you suggested. Next time probably we're gonna finish the physical frame, and I'm gonna prepare the software, because that's probably a little bit boring for the stream. So we can probably try it out moving maybe in 2 weeks or something. Let's see. So, and we're right on time, right? It's 11 in the evening in Germany. And I wanted to finish this part in just right on time. Yeah, there's also an electronics cover. Nice, I like it. So that's what you posted here in the Discord chat. I kind of like it. It makes things look very clean, honestly. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so yeah, don't forget to buy your tickets. Use Ticketmax in the Twitch chat, and to get tickets for the giveaway. You can always check the giveaway itself is always I think it's always available through the giveaway command. So let's try that. I'm going to show you the giveaways. We'll just say giveaway. Here we go. We can open that link, and we have one person who entered into the giveaway so far, and 2 people, and then you see like it's gonna like continue until the end of the giveaway. At some point I'm going to close it. It's going to be the 28th of February, so it's totally free, right? The only thing that you don't pay for it, because it's a little bit misleading because it says buy tickets, but buying tickets is essentially you're gonna take your nozzles that you're earning through watching the stream, essentially just letting the stream run, and then you can spend them on the tickets for the giveaway. If you want that giveaway, you can also just keep your nozzles for the next giveaway and spend them in the next giveaway. It's your decision when you do that, how you do that, how many of them you spend is also your own decision. You know, that's all described here in this text. So you have all the freedom to do it whenever and however you want it. And there's no other way to get tickets, so there's no like you cannot pay for it, right? We're not doing anything paid here. It's all free. The only currency is your time, basically watching on Twitch. That's essentially all you need to do. And with that, I want to say thank you again for coming here, watching the stream. We're gonna maybe, depends a little bit on tomorrow's schedule. Just checking my calendar, honestly. I might be able to stream tomorrow. But if we stream tomorrow, it's not going to be the printer build. If I stream tomorrow, I'm gonna announce it tomorrow in the morning German time. Gonna put it on my Discord. We're gonna have it in the announcement channels, and also that might be an unboxing of a brand new printer. So I'm thinking about whether this is a good idea tomorrow to unbox the new printer, or just to continue the build. I will try to figure out if I can print the missing parts until the evening. So I'm just gonna let you know in the Discord, and you're gonna see the announcement. You're gonna see the notification on YouTube if you're subscribed, and you can also check out again, you can check out Discord, you can check out my Twitch channel. On the Twitch channel I have a section here that is, I think it's where is it? Where is it? Home. I guess it's here. Stream schedule. Yeah, Wednesday. So you can see the schedule here, and I'm gonna add all of the next streams, whether it's gonna be tomorrow, next week, or something. You have plenty of places to look where for the next stream, when it's gonna happen. I'm gonna always announce it on Discord. I'm gonna always put it in the schedule, and on YouTube you're going to get a notification once I put it into a schedule. So depends where you're watching, and thank you for coming. Wish you a good evening, or a good day, a good morning, a good lunch, wherever you are, whenever you are. And then take care. We're gonna see each other again.